The wall drill is a useful assessment that I like to use because it slows running down. It allows us to pick up some things that might be happening at faster speeds. It's also can be used as an exercise, especially if once you get in that first level postural hold, that isometric hold. Just keep in mind, if you feel an area working harder than the others, your calf, your hamstring, your quads, your back, if that area is working harder than the others, clearly gives you an idea of where you might want to work on and increase the capacity of, as it's clearly working harder than the other areas in a running specific way. So you want to be at about a 45-degree lean about. And when you're there, you're just going to come up slightly on your toes and then pick one leg up. This is the first stage. So what we can do here is one, isometrically hold this, see if one area is working harder than the others, but then also the lean should come from the ankles. If I'm looking at somebody from the side, your ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankles should all be in a line. If you're bending at one area, that's not what we're looking for. Get this down, get the position down. Also, your hips should be level, and you should be able to hold this pretty easily for at least 30 to 60 seconds. Once you get that down, you can start walking. So you're holding it, continue looking forward, and then you can essentially just walk. If you're doing this for, again, 30 to 60 seconds, and you notice your feet are moving right to left, forward perhaps, gives you an idea of what you might be doing when you're running. If you're walking forward, for example, you might be overstriding, which is a common impairment or running fault, especially for recreational newer runners who tend to run at a higher cadence, a lower cadence than what is most economical. These newer runners tend to take longer steps than what is most efficient. So if you're walking, you can also just kind of stop and go back to that postural hold. And again, are you in line? Are your hips level? Are you in that ideal position? And is one area working harder than the other? That last level, if you will, is no 2 feet in the ground, which is basically pushing into the ground. It's not hopping and preloading. It's and again, is one area working harder than the other? Are you tending to move forward? Are you staying in place? It's a good assessment, but also it can be a good drill to strengthen in a run specific way, especially that initial isometric postural hold. I find it a useful test, and it can also be implemented into your strength routine.